From the JAMA Network, this is the JAMA Medical News Podcast, discussing timely topics in clinical medicine, biomedical sciences, public health, and health policy, featured in the medical news section of JAMA.
On today's show, we're discussing new weight loss drugs that are expected to receive approval from the U.S. FDA this year. I'm Jennifer Abbasi, Director of JAMA Medical News. Lead Senior Staff Writer Rita Rubin is here. Rita, thanks for joining.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
Can you tell us about these 3 drugs that are being investigated for obesity treatment and how they're different from what's on the market today?
Sure. And these 3 drugs are expected to be approved this year. In fact, 2 of them probably within a few months. 2 of the expected new products are injectable variations of semaglutide. One is high-dose semaglutide, which is triple the higher dose currently on the market for obesity. And the other is a combination of semaglutide and cagrilintide, an amylin analog that is not yet on the market. The third new product is a medication called orforglipron, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, which, like semaglutide, is a glucagon-like peptide-1 or GLP-1 receptor agonist. Orforglipron would be only the second GLP-1 pill on the market for treating obesity. In December, semaglutide became the first. While the injectables are administered weekly, the pills are taken daily. One apparent advantage of orforglipron is that there are no restrictions around when people can eat or drink before or after taking the pill, unlike with oral semaglutide. Now, the phase 3 trials of all 3 products look promising. I'll talk about the trials in adults with overweight or obesity, but not diabetes. A trial that randomized volunteers to 3 different doses of orforglipron or to a placebo found that after 72 weeks, people who'd received the highest dose lost 11% of their body weight on average. Another trial randomized participants to the high-dose semaglutide, which is 7.2 milligrams, or the currently available higher dose of the drug, which is 2.4 milligrams, or a placebo. After 72 weeks, people treated with 7.2 milligrams on average lost about 21% of their body weight, compared with an average loss of 17.5% in the group that received the smaller dose of the drug. Now, finally, a trial of semaglutide plus cagrilintide randomized people to the combination treatment semaglutide alone, cagrilintide alone, or a placebo. After 68 weeks, participants who'd received semaglutide plus cagrilintide lost an average of 20% of their body weight, which was more than what the groups on semaglutide or cagrilintide alone lost. The average weight loss in the placebo groups for all 3 of these trials was around 2 or 3%. Parallel trials of all 3 products in people with overweight and obesity and diabetes found relatively similar, albeit smaller, percentages of body weight loss.
Okay, so Rita, how are patients supposed to choose from among these products, assuming they all get approved?
Yeah, good question. Some people, of course, prefer pills because they don't like needles, while others might consider once-a-week injectables to be more convenient than daily pills. As far as safety, all the products on the market and the 3 new ones expected in 2026 are pretty much the same when it comes to adverse gastrointestinal effects such as nausea. When it comes to effectiveness, clinical trials show that some lead to quicker weight loss than others. But weight loss is only part of the equation. Some of the existing products are approved for weight loss plus other indications, such as reducing the risk of heart attacks and strokes in people who have cardiovascular disease and treating sleep apnea. The bottom line, though, according to the experts I spoke with, is what insurance will cover and how much people are willing to pay out of pocket.
And are there other weight loss drugs on the horizon?
Well, perhaps not surprisingly, recruitment is underway for phase 3 trials of cagrilintide alone in people with overweight or obesity with or without diabetes. Cagrilintide is a synthetic, long-acting form of the hormone amylin, which the pancreas releases with insulin when people eat. It helps regulate the appetite and delays emptying of the stomach. While people randomized to cagrilintide alone in phase 3 trials of that drug plus semaglutide didn't lose as much weight as those who received the combination treatment or semaglutide alone, they were somewhat less likely to experience adverse events, which I guess is one of the selling points of cagrilintide alone.
Okay, thank you, Rita. If you'd like to learn more, we'll include a link to Rita's story in this show description. This week, we also published a really interesting story by staff writer Samantha Anderer on the dramatic decrease in opioid overdose deaths in the U.S. and the factors that could be driving this. You can find that and all of our stories at JAMAmedicalnews.com. Thanks to Rita Rubin for joining me. I'm Jennifer Abbasi. This episode was produced by Daniel Morrow at the JAMA Network. To follow this and other JAMA Network podcasts, please visit us online at JAMAnetworkaudio.com. Thanks for listening, and join us again next week.
This content is protected by copyright by the American Medical Association with all rights reserved, including those for text and data mining, AI training, and similar technologies.